कैसा फील हो रहा है अभी एक मिलियनियर होना?
हार्ड वर्क से बेवकूफ़ करें, स्मार्ट वर्क से इंटेलिजेंट पीपल करें. I was among the first investors in Tesla as well as among the first buyers.
जिंदगी में एक असल पार्टनर आसन कुदा इम्पोर्टेंट.
The biggest decision you'll make in your life is picking your life partner.
So how is your mental health currently?
I became among the top, 0.1% of Americans. I was awarded as the top 50 CEOs of US in 2018.
हमारे यहाँ स्टार्टअप्स क्यों फेल होते हैं? Most of them.
मैं वुचमुत कश्मीर में ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन हमेशा वनान please don't discourage people. अगर तुम वुचो तमिस मज आइडियाज मज गलती, try to find the strengths and encourage people. ये अमेरिकन
एक पॉजिटिव सर्कल होना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है?
Never ever underestimate the power of passion.
तो क्या शुभ आसन कम स्टार्टअप चलानी है बात में कश्मीर में ज़्यादा?
It will definitely replace the human who is not going to use artificial intelligence. Why am I always enjoy talking to you.
Yeah.
It's been my pleasure. I decided कि बकार की हनत के impose कर बजमा and so that was my journey. I worked at
a
cafeteria in the university. There was a candy store. तब पर मैं कर में काम.
मैं पे याद रिसेंटली उस एक वीडियो वायरल कश्मीर में कि एक PhD करे तो साक नफर सुन शायद ड्राई फ्रूट्स कनन सर ये दपन ये ऐसा चीज प्रॉब्लम ये चन ये मौका चन हो चन ये हाउ डू यू सी इट? तो ऐसा वो एक लाइन याद कि तो ऐसा नहीं बस मैं सलाम बुझता हूँ यार उमर निसार भवन या का शुरुआत ऑडियो पॉडकास्ट रिश्त ताकि इस करो सानिम कश्मीर हिंद दलील छ कदबात छ तिम वात न होता है तम बने के भवन ऐस ये मश्क टॉक्स शुरू करो ये सारी यम ऑडियो एपिसोड्स बूझो स दलील करो डिस्कस थोड़ा बहुत बाकी कत करो मगर खास कत छना सके खास कत आज मे सत मेन मेंटोर शफात काजी साहब सर सड़ा शुक्रिया पन कीमती वक्त दिन खतर तो बे ये मश्क टॉक्स वनकस युतन तम वातन खतर सड़ा शुक्रिया. अस करो आज सारी कत मश्क क्या बाकी दलील क्या मगर खास कत कि आज करो तुहज कत यह कर अम ब्रो कत यमन बूजम कह तम गन स्पॉटिफाई एप्पल पॉडकास्ट जियो सावन गानास पे तम बोजन सन ऑडियो स्टोरी कर रिकॉर्ड ऑडियो पॉडकास्ट तो हेकू सर्च कर शफात काजी या उमर निसार ऑन मश्क टॉक्स. सर तह मुतल करो कत शफात काजी सम कम अगर बह वन वन मे बासान मे लगे वारिया वक्त क्या तुहज मेहनत तुहज कम तेल शाम तम ये तुम वनु पानस मुतल कैसा?
Absolutely, Umar. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
First of all, मैं कैसे माफ़ी दिन में शुरू उर्दू तगान हंसजूत किया.
ऐसा करो कश्मीर.
मैं मादरी ज़बान च कश्मीर. वन चुस बो बनियों अमेरिकन सिटीजन मैं वही तैते लगभग 40 वरी. So मैं दयम ज़बान में English. But थोड़ा बहुत मैं उर्दू तगान बकर कोशिश मगर no promises. Most importantly, it's a Shafat Qazi. Shafat Qazi is a very ordinary Kashmiri who was raised in Jawahar Nagar, near Abu Bakr Masjid, I remember. Very humble family, teacher mother, teacher father. And I was lucky to go to Burnhall School from kindergarten to all the way to the high and until I graduated. So I say wow students wow मुझे वना क्या जी मसा आई schooling करी मसा इतनी शुरू तो द्राई थी और मज़ वारियस आई न कुछ जाए. बहुत सा किस्मत वोल बच्चे अम मूजूब क्या कि तम साथ उस फादर फेरो फादर जोन्स he principals and assistant principals and teachers just nebrim. So we were raised in a very tight Catholic school environment. So because of that hekabu vanith ki mes bani foundation asal which by the way is a very important thing for every parent. Pani shur's foundation. Time allow us mean parents as a teacher. My mother was very forward thinking woman, so time was me kormut into science and technology interest. Time was such an interest into science and technology. So she would get me all kinds of magazines and books to read and all that at a very young age. Me she had Science Today also saw magazine. Boss was barely 6-7 years old when she got the subscription of it. But she also did Time Magazine and others ताकि he also learns about the world. And this is how me kitke milyo exposure about America as a young kid. And overall, my inclination towards science and technology. So to make the long story short, after I graduated from NIT here,
NIT Srinagar?
Srinagar, as a civil engineer, civil structural, bugos pat US masters khatra, and while I was there, a little bit of rewind. Before I went to US, I had started a business here in Kashmir.
So kya
And
was?
it was very interesting business. Boss was basically kanan all kind of accessories that people would need at home, from your tape recorders to your VCRs to TVs to makeup stuff to bed sheets.
Oh, great.
So it was a mobile store. So I had created a concept of putting everything on my motorcycle and scooter, and I would go to home and then I would showcase things and people would buy from me.
Funny.
That business did well and helped me through my education at NIT. Patitibur America goes, that was 1986. And I went for masters. And that journey in itself was an amazing journey in the sense that I did not have much money. I remember I had only $700.
$700.
पाँच हत ٲسۍ दिवान government ٲس दिवान पाँचے हत تِمن دۄہن اوس governmentس تہِ problem یہِ کہِ اگر کٲنٛسہِ نفرس چھُ پونٛسہٕ دِیوٗس نِنہٕ تِم ٲسۍ دپان نہ 500 زیادٕ ہیٚکِو نہٕ نِتھ کینٛہہ کیازکہِ foreign reserves ٲسۍ کم 200 ٲسۍ مےٚ دِتمٕتۍ أکۍ نفرن gift سُہ اوس بِچارٕ آمُت امریکہ پٮ۪ٹھ تٔمۍ دوٚپ أمِس چھِ $200 یِم لگنے تہٕ $700 ٲس ٹوٹل مےٚ یُتھُے بہٕ ووتُس تور بہٕ گوس یونیورسٹی تتہِ دوٚپ تِمو ژےٚ چھُے بَرٕنۍ $50,000 چھُ ؤرِیَس فیٖس ژےٚ چھی $5,000 بَرٕنۍ
اَتہِ اوس سورُے بَرٲے.
نَیہِ ہفتہٕ نَیہِ رٮ۪تہٕ چھی ژےٚ بَرٕنۍ $5,000 اَتی ہٮ۪ککھ ژٕ کلاسس منٛز بِہِتھ بہٕ چھُس وٕچھان پنٕنٮ۪ن $700 تَتھ ٲسۍ أڑۍ مۄکلیمٕتۍ سو لانگ سٹوری شاٹ اٹ واز instead of making a U-turn or picking up the phone, which تِمن دۄہن اوس نہٕ فون تہِ رلان کٔشیٖرِ اتھ ٲسۍ لگان 2 دۄہ کال کرنس, or doing throwing tantrums, I decided کہ بہٕ کرٕ کینٛہہ نتہٕ کینٛہہ یِم پونٛسہٕ کرٕ بہٕ جمع. And so that was my journey. I worked at
واپس گژھو نہٕ کینٛہہ.
cafeteria in the university. تتہِ اوس سُہ candy store, تتھ پٮ۪ٹھ کٔر مےٚ کٲم. And eventually مِلے مےٚ پتہٕ teaching assistant, research assistant position at the university, which helped me with my tuition and all of that. But مےٚ پیٚو یِمن $700 پٮ۪ٹھ یا today I have a company called 700 Holdings. So تَتھ 700 Holdings تھوٚو مےٚ تَتھ company اَمہِ موٗجوٗب ناو کیٛازِکہِ I wanted my kids and my grandkids to remember کہ تِمن اوس بٕڈِبب آمُت امریکہ $7 ہٮ۪تھ. So ییٚلہِ تِم پرٛژھن یہِ کیٛازِ کھوٚنمُت چھُکھ 700 Holdings ناو, hopefully they'll remember that he came to this country with $700. Today I am an owner of a very, very large company. 200 employees چھِ اَسہِ BQE Software منٛز. Recently I transited about 60% of the company to a private equity. The company is doing, mashallah, very well. We have about 150 employees, 160 employees here in Srinagar and Rangarate, of all the places. And in addition to that, I also own many other businesses. I'm also an angel investor. I'm also a philanthropic investor. I'm also supportive of activities that you do. I also made a movie which was also inspired by the life of Raj Begum. So all kinds of things. So that's Shafat Qazi.
Discuss.
In a nutshell.
یہِ چھُ باسان اَسہِ واریاہ کم 2 مِنٹن ہُنٛد اِنٹرڈکشن, مگر مےٚ باسان یِم چھِ ییٖتیاہ ؤری, ییٖژاہ محنت, تہٕ بہٕ وَنہٕ سٹرگل کیاہ اوس میجر چیٖز اَتھ منٛز.
I think ساروی کھۄتہٕ بوٚڑ struggle اوس یِہوٚے to أکِس مُلکس منٛز گژھُن, and this is way before internet and telephone and social media. By yourself at the age of 21 with $700 and have to face a $25,000 per year. دۄن ؤرین اوس یہِ $50,000 fees گژھان. بیٚیہِ روزنُک حِساب کِتاب پتہٕ ہیٚچھُن, culture ہیٚچھُن and all of that. And then to become from that to where I am today, not only did I create employment for myself, I employed hundreds and hundreds of Americans. the Tanya allow, I made enough money for the company, and through the company, I became among the top, 0.1% of Americans. I was I was awarded as the top 50 CEOs of US in 2018. So all of these things, to get to that from zero, is meshne you want look one on goes bohim America mission jai rozna khatar which the one kadhoti khofriat akcha jai chono roz first of all get there. When you get there, then the doors will open. So your first position should be, how do I get to America? Or how do I get to England? Or wherever you want to go. The second issue should be, what do I do there? And how do I live? How do I survive?
Exactly.
And mashallah, tithin malkarmas dunyik darwaz khulan. And you have so many opportunities to make money. Mango agar kan lazy is, obviously he's not gonna.
Main point.
No, you're good. You're good.
Failures catch at most major.
I don't look at life ever as failures. Edison's when you a reporter like the dupnas hey them so them light bulb bano them go saji light them is kormo so koshish them so chala ni them is one kemta ek na front dupnas reporter donos I heard ke it's a saji light and you failed 40 times. No, I did not fail 40 times. But I can tell you 40 different ways the light bulb does not work. So, so similarly in my life, what people would refer to failures were my lessons, which I learned this is not the way to do things. But Shukr Khudais kun, I was lucky enough that whatever I touched turned into gold. I started a business while I wrote a software while I was doing my master's, medical billing software, sold that company. Then I joined an engineering firm, a structural engineering firm specialized in earthquake engineering, sold that company. Then I started my software company and sold 60% of it. I was able to have a very clear exit strategy in everything I did.
Great.
And which, by the way, is very important for everyone. You don't start business, guys, start karun ya can't guys start karun to make it a lifestyle, because the lifestyle businesses take you nowhere. You really want to create a business with a business model with an exit strategy. Whether that exit strategy is 5 years, 10 years down the road, doesn't really matter. Meos you BQE Software, meos exit strategy and took me exactly 25 years to reach where it is today.
Right. So when you my last time I said Umar, if you are failing, fail fast. तो जो की strategy थमस कि अगर क्या चीज work out करन किया.
Correct.
ये क्या what exactly it is?
So fail fast or succeed fast is a very simple strategy. Whatever you want to do in life, if you try to make it work, Lingravan, and it's making limited profit. Let's say it's a karakam business shuru to shikdama basa banao at ropi karor banav retas. You should be on business model. Wine chuks banawan 5 lakh. Magar tashi nierang kamatmas. So technically you never achieved the 1 crore, so it's a failure. So you have to now take that 5 lakh and put that back into the business to take it to the 1 crore that you wanted. If you don't succeed, give yourself a time. If I don't get there by 6 months or whatever time, then you fold the business and move on. Kazke you sishna asan insanas pasan ki bakari ye kam hua when you tap yes when grass looks greener on the other side.
Exactly.
Lot of people get the reality check very early on in their business life. And they realize कि आथा yuta आसान ये पहुंच बनावन क्या competition शुतो फानी mazuruk, and then it takes a lot of effort. And all those customers that I thought were going to come, they're not coming. Let's say you open a restaurant and you love the chef and you think the whole Srinagar is going to come and want to eat with that restaurant. But while the chef might be great, if you're not good at marketing your restaurant and don't have a good ambience where people want to be, there's many other reasons it can fail. Point I'm making is कि मेरा model was Hasan कि if you want to fail, fail fast. If you're going to fail, definitely make sure you fail fast, because the worst thing you can do to yourself is create a business which is failing, but failing at a very slow pace. That means कि you will various
Time te gasan pan te sorry karte.
Exactly.
Right. हमारे यहाँ startups क्यों fail होते हैं? Most of them.
90% of the people that come to me have an idea, but they don't have a plan. The difference between idea and a plan is day and night. Idea is the table of contents of a book.
Yeah.
The plan is the book itself.
Yeah.
So it's easy to write the table of contents, but it takes a lot of effort to write the book. So, where is your business plan? Most of them don't think that far. So there are amazing books on how to write a business plan. These days, there are also great software that help you write a business plan. So most of the businesses simply fail because they don't have a proper business plan. Business plan is much asan, total addressable market, go-to-market strategy, cash flow projections, all kinds of other aspects where you have to be aware of these things. So if you don't have, if you haven't thought it through, the chance of failure increase. But if you not only have thought it through, but you have created plan B and plan C, which means so you have clarity on exactly what may not work, what will work. If it doesn't work, then what's my strategy against that? Those are the guys that succeed. The other big thing, of course, is the time commitment and the overall commitment. Kashmiris, younger generation also, while they are better equipped with social media and tools, they're not still well trained on being committed to their business or to their idea. So they're more laid back. They make excuses, and I look at them and I say, remember, you're not fooling me. You're fooling yourself because it's your business. So don't make excuses for yourself. I can tell you, when I used to do business, I had two young kids, Umar and Alina. They were born. And my biggest regret, if anything, was that I didn't get to spend enough time with them. Because bosus tuta committed business was bosus satwani dohan kam karan shaman dahan bajan tan kahan karan yete us Kashmir mas office, Australia's mas office, bhai bajrat mein meeting asa. So me was asan sirf pheran ke hey im shurshi apar badi kasan. But I knew that there will be enough time that I'll catch up. But this thing where I have to give it my 110%, either fail or it will grow rapidly. And I would know that in next 12 months. So that's why I said, okay, Bahan Ratan Karba, Sani Mang Mafita. I have not been to any parties, Achutit Kashir Vairati, Sal Karam, dinner parties. Both are absent. And my wife used to always say, every time I go there, I feel embarrassed. Shafat Qazi. The whole point I'm making is so commitment level that's another cause of failure. Is they feel like it's a job, 8 to 5. Those kind of things, at the end of the day, cumulatively cause a problem.
تۄہہِ وَنیو اَکہِ دۄہ کہِ تَنہٕ گوٚو واریاہ ٹایم مےٚ باسان ؤری 2-3 زٕ آسن گٔمٕتۍ تقریٖباً تۄہہِ وَنیو کہِ گۄڈٕنیُک $1 million ییٚلہِ مےٚ بَنوو تَتھ لوٚگ یوٗت ٹایم پَتہٕ لوٚگ یوٗت ٹایم تۄہہِ ٲسوٕ کَران یِہوٚے کَتھ کہِ ییٚلہِ محنت کَرو پَتہٕ چھُنہٕ سَمٕجھ تَران کینٛہہ تَتھ مُتعلِق ؤنۍتو اَسہِ بیٚیہِ.
In every business, they say the first mile is the hardest mile. Godnyuk crore rupi banaun ya godnyuk $1 million banaun, and gross revenue is going to be 10 times harder than the next one. And then, it keeps getting easier. So the lesson there for entrepreneurs and startups is that don't expect miracles to happen in the first year. First year, good chances, even second year, the third year, you loss. And as a matter of fact, business another bunch. So agar tu profit banavan chu, first year, second year, third year, something is wrong with your business. तो हम profit आसुं गोटे के तरह वेरियन की
क्या इस मतलब?
Because you don't want to make profit, you want to take that profit and reinvest that into business.
Fact.
Because if you know something is working, it's generating profit, that means you have a good recipe for success.
Yeah.
Why would you want to hold back on investing? अगर से कुछ चीज़ पे पहुंच लगावन चुके आप चुके ज़ियाना Yus चे ज़ूनुत वन चेशे guarantee चेशे दिवान guarantee है साथ ज़ियाना क्या पर अगर से लगाओ तो ज़ियाना so क्या इस थवक चांदस लगाओ as whatever you're winning keep doubling it, right? That's my thing is I tell businesses on startup, I say, what was your profit? But proudly, no, 1% was profit. So then something is wrong with your business model. Because that 20% should have gone into building, growing your business, doing marketing, hiring more people, expanding, whatever business it is. So, so put everything you got in the first 2-3 years into your business. To the point that now you don't need that much cash investment.
But in autopilot mode is
correct. Well, initially you need a lot of cash investment. So once you reach that point where cash investment is still being made, but some is still left for obviously what we call as working capital reserves, so stage or pass very down the road. Depending on types of business. But let's say you start a software company. It takes you years to build a user base. But once you have the critical mass, because of the critical mass, then you're consistently making money, right? Recurring revenue schema. So you can asan. But Gonikan son pansa variant chuna insanas hold back or put every money into marketing. I remember last time also you asked me this question about, if you had any regrets on business. And I always tell these people, and this is a question that I get asked, hey, what advice would you give 25-year-old Shafat or 22-year-old Shafat? The advice I would give myself, if I was, again, 25 years old, was hire a good marketing person very early on in your company and spend 5 times more with marketing than you were thinking originally of spending. Because down the road ke marketing expense basically because every dollar or every rupee you spend on marketing you get 3 or 4 back. So it's absolutely essential for the growth of a business too. And the biggest mistake entrepreneurs make is they either try to be the marketing director themselves or they try to do cheap marketing, very limited. Luckily, આજકાલ social media, very easy to reach masses. So absolutely spend as much as you can to promote your business so that you can grow.
مےٚ باسان اَسہِ چھِ ییٚتی یہِ پرٛابلِم تِکیٛازِ مےٚ وٕچھ واریاہ یِم سٲنۍ سٹاٹ اَپ چھِ اَصٕل کانسیپٹ سورُے کینٛہہ چَلان ٹھیٖک چاہے رٮ۪سٹورنٛٹ چھِ یا باقٕے کینٛہہ چیٖز چھِ پَتہٕ ییٚلہِ تِمَن واتان چھِ مارکیٹِنٛگ ہے أمِس کیٛازِ دِمو یِم پونٛسہٕ اِنٹیٖریَر چھُ 10 لَچھَن مگر لَچھ لَگن نہٕ مارکیٹِنٛگ پٮ۪ٹھ کینٛہہ تۄہہِ کیٛاہ چھُو باسان تُہۍ کیٛاہ ہیٚکِو یِمَن سٹاٹ اَپَن ؤنِتھ پنٛنہِ جایہِ
The advice I would give them کہ marketing چھُے نہٕ خرچہٕ یہِ چھِ اَکھ اِنوٮ۪سٹمٮ۪نٛٹ بِزنِسَس منٛز یہِ اِنوٮ۪سٹمٮ۪نٛٹ چھِ اَکھ یہِ پَنُن پونٛسہٕ واپَس اَنان یُتھُے مارکیٹِنٛگ لٲگِو پٕلَس 4 times more 3 گوٚو نہٕ 4 گوٚو نہٕ زیادٕ سو اگر یِم یہِ تھِنکِنٛگ کَرَن چینٛج کہِ یہِ نہ چھُنہٕ خرچہٕ یہِ حظ چھِ ایکچُلی پونٛسہٕ لگاوُن تاکہِ اَتھ یِن 4 times more. Exactly. So this is absolutely essential for them to grow.
Right.
And یِم وۄنۍ پٔرمٕتۍ لیکھمٕتۍ چھِ بِزنِس سکوٗل گٔمٕتۍ چھِ تِمن چھِ پاے آسان اَمِچ اِمپاٹَنس. The most common mistake is people that are entrepreneur, they kind of try to learn on the job instead of hiring experts.
Right.
So that's another problem. So best thing is look at marketing as an investment, not as an expense. Then it starts making sense.
Right. تۄہہِ کیٛاہ چھُو باسان کٕم سٹاٹ اَپ چلان ییٚمہِ پَتہٕ وۄنۍ کٔشیٖرِ منٛز زیادٕ تِکیٛازِ AI آو باقٕے چیٖز چھُ اَسہِ چھِ ییٚتہِ گٔمٕژ اَکھ چیٖز اگر بہٕ رٮ۪سٹورنٛٹ کھولہٕ یا کیفے کھولہٕ پَتہٕ لَگن سٲری بیٚیہِ سۄے کٲم یا بہٕ کَرٕ اَکھ کٲم سٲری دَپن پَتہٕ یا تُہۍ کٔرِو کانٛہہ کٲم سٲری دَپن پَتَے تۄہہِ کیٛاہ چھُو باسان کَمہِ ٹایپٕکۍ سٹاٹ اَپ چلن ییٚتہِ زیادٕ وۄنۍ
I think we are at a turning point. Sani lifestyles man itkain ek waqt shunamtas maz aw internet. Internet and kor dunya change. Thik cha. Internet pet aw pat smartphone. iPhone hu phone aw tem kor badalak revolution. The pat aw social media. Facebook aw, Instagram aw, TikTok aw, Twitter aw. Time kor dut platform YouTube and dut platform local. Chashi YouTube platform. You have subscribers. Chashi monetization tika santa pe. But since then nothing has come out. So we are at the heels of big revolution, and the interesting part is that achi winkisan zuprang chala at the same time. I ke taraf ch chalan autonomous driving cars, self-driving cars. So I saw me on video, which maybe when I drive Tesla, I'm part of a Tesla beta program, which will on early releases of their self-driving technology. The miani car is self-driving technology, which was when a city mas project karan such a lagbag 2 ghante drive miani gari pattern, which was gari near 2 ghante pata chus bu taiti wasan bu chus gad chalawan pana ke miani gad pane pakan ish miani gari pe near traffic light pe rukan dachinti karan khofti karan freeways te khasan 7 mile per hour te pakan tim gai lagbag 130 kilometer lane te change karan freeway te change karan off ramp te niwan पूरा पार्किंग लॉटस में वाते हैं पार्क ते करांगे
मैं वुच वारिया वीडियोस तो हुंदी
ये मतलब ये छ हकीकत है ये मैं गुमत आइकलाइटन के ये छुस ब करान हफ्तस में आइकलाइट ये ड्राइव 2 घंटे बाकी 2 दिन छुस ब चलावां मगर बुश तो चलावां गाड़ी पान के मैं वोत में लगभग 2 वरी गाड़ी चलावन से अमेरिका में सो ये टेक्नोलॉजी सेल्फ ड्राइविंग टेक्नोलॉजी अमुक इम्प्लिकेशन छ वारिया बज लाइक अन हेकन मै मोबाइल गसित handicap people hekan mobile geshit shur sokol trawin to tulun chan bas zorat ke car ownership ma gese khatam car ma bani phone ek pattern to kariyo you know subscribe it ke tu telephone karan call an khatar subscribe to kariyo so it kaise gari asan land phones tim gai khatam ta wanchun kaisi so te thagani gasan me basan car industry ke but more importantly economic revolution dukan karan deliver to I gar through these autonomous cars Amazon heat store kholan magar tim kai kholan gaman mas kholan tim warehouse tak yim gaadi asan pane anan parking problem gets solved guys it's a throw with goods so much even you don't even own a car so you just rent or the miles or time so you board revolution so primarily ADAS as well as few other technologies that are behind it the self-driving technology is an emerging technology highly encouraged karan younger generation khatra ye pariyo ye samjhiyo the must show huge opportunities, huge opportunities. Second opportunity is the AI, artificial intelligence, but the GPT based artificial intelligence, transformative models with large language models. Use OpenAI and Corshuru, but we have now Cloud, we have Gork, we have a few others, we have LLMs for Meta. So Use your opportunity che yetet bu vanchus karan kam mechus ikis construction project asme involved me dut contractor dut me bid tamis government discuss mas sath karim cheez patsus me tem byak bid so ya mechus mein son contractor nish bid bushim son way PDF timan chat GPTs this is yim parts me wan se farak kashman mas such me divan detail analysis ki yim chune won mut home chune won yim 10% advance dun machine ki dun simple accounting related questions me kota tax khasi ya agar bit kan kare simple legal questions Make a contract kanon make a terms and conditions. Yeah, yem suz me ye contract ke part. Yem sari knowledge based workers chi yem gasan replaced by AI. And it will be a superhuman concept. And essentially you feel roje varia in demand. Not only in writing, working with as a prompt engineer for the AIs, but also building new LLMs or large language models that are customized. For example, أسۍ ہٮ۪کو بنٲیِتھ large language model ییٚمِس کٔشیٖرِ ہٕنٛدۍ poetن مُتعلق پاے آسہِ in detail. So وٕنکٮ۪س چھُنہٕ اَسہِ LLM تَمہِ خٲطرٕ کِہیٖنۍ. So یا یُس کٲشُر لینگویج سمجھِ اگر تُہۍ چیٹ جی پی ٹی سۭتۍ وٕنکٮ۪س کٲشُر کٔرِو أمِس چھِ تران فِکرِ مگر تیُتھ چھُس نہٕ تران کینٛہہ یہِ چھُ ٹرٛین کَرُن فٔردَر. So just to give you an idea کہِ کوٗتاہ چھِ in demand وٕنکٮ۪س AI and AI engineers. گوٗگلَس اوس اکھ انجیٖنیر تٔمۍ یُس آرٹِفِشَل اِنٹیلِجَنس منٛز کٲم کران تٔمۍ ترٛٲو گوٗگل تٔمۍ کٔر پَنٕنۍ کَمپٔنی شروٗع. گوٗگلَن اوٚن سُہ واپس تٔمۍ ہیٚژ تٔمۍ سٕنٛز کَمپٔنی $8 billion تاکہِ یہِ یی واپس سٲنِس AI ڈِپاٹمنٹَس منٛز یہِ کَرِ کٲم. تِمن ٲس نہٕ تَلہٕ تٔمۍ سٕنٛز کَمپٔنی سۭتۍ واٹ کِہیٖنۍ. تیوٗتاہ چھِ تِم وِلِنٛگ ٹُو پے پیٖپٕل $2.7 billion not $8 billion $2.7 billion چھِس دِتمٕتۍ. کَمپٔنی چھِس ویلیوٗ کٔرمٕژ $8 billion. So highly encourage youths کہِ تُہۍ کٔرِو artificial intelligence, especially GPT and large language model, take courses in it. Stanford چھِ کران free offer courses, Berkeley چھِ کران offer free courses, MIT چھِ کران offer free courses, lot of universities, Oxford چھِ کران, Cambridge چھِ کران. So with internet these days تۄہہِ چھُو ییٚتہِ اَصٕل اِنٹرنیٹ تہِ کٔشیٖرِ منٛز تُہۍ ہیٚکِو easily پانہٕ self educate کٔرِتھ. So definitely focus on that.
تۄہہِ چھُوا باسان human jobs کَرِ replace?
It will definitely replace the human who is not going to use artificial intelligence. So if you're one of those humans that doesn't use AI as a productivity booster for you, you will get replaced by the person who is. So AI will not take your job away, but if you're not using AI to your advantage, then your job will be taken away from you because you won't be as productive. أسۍ چھِ بَنیمٕتۍ Star Wars اوس آسان برونٛٹھ تَتھ منٛز اوس آسان سایبورگٕس. تۄہہِ چھو پاے سایبورگٕس کیٛاہ گٔے؟ سایبورگٕس اوس آسان اوٚڑ ہیوٗمَن اوٚڑ کَمپیوٗٹر. تۄہہِ ترٛٲوٕ فِکرِ؟ نٮ۪صفا تِمن ٲسۍ وَنان سایبورگٕس. تِم ٲسۍ اوٚڑ ہیوٗمَن اوٚڑ کَمپیوٗٹر. تَمہِ ساتہٕ آو نہٕ مےٚ یہِ آیڈیا اَتھِ کینٛہہ ییٚلہِ مےٚ وۄنۍ یہِ فون چھُنہ یہِ سیل فون وۄنۍ چھُس بہٕ تہِ سایبورگ. بہٕ چھُس فونہٕ بغٲر چھُس بہٕ اِنکَمپٕلیٖٹ. ڈایریکشن چھِ مےٚ لُکَن ہٕنٛدۍ نمبر چھِ مےٚ چھِ دٔستی کینٛہہ پِرٛژھُن گوٗگلَس پٮ۪ٹھ چھُس وٕچھان ہُہ چھُس کران یہِ چھُس کران. Because of the phone, I am more efficient than I ever was. But at the same time, اگر مےٚ نِش فون نِکھ ژٕ بہٕ گژھٕ inefficient compared to a person ییٚمِس فون چھُ. So تِتھَے کٔنی بَنہِ AI part of our life. And combined, we as humans will become superhumans in terms of intelligence, productivity, everything else.
چلو یہِ گٔے اَمِچ کَتھ. خاص کَتھ چھِ یہِ کہِ تۄہہِ چھُو کٔشیٖرِ ہِنٛز واریاہ ماے تہٕ محبت. واریاہ کینٛہہ پرٛوجَکٹ چَلان. یا خاص کَتھ چھِ کہِ ووٚن کٲشِر گۄڈنِچ بَیوپِک بَنٲووٕ تۄہہِ راج بیگم پٮ۪ٹھ یہِ سانٛگٕس آف پیراڈایِز چھِ فِلم. تَتھ متعلق کَرو کَتھ.
Songs of Paradise actually چھَنہٕ بَیوپِک کہِ عمر یہِ چھِ inspired by Raj Begum's life. As many of you know کہ Raj Begum was such a legendary singer, but she also shattered the glass ceiling in the sense کہ تَمہِ ساتہٕ ٲسۍ نہٕ کورٮ۪ن دِوان گَرٕ نٮ۪بر نیرنہٕ گٮ۪ونٕچ چھَنہٕ کَتھٕے. Not only درٛاے سۄ گَرِ نٮ۪بر but she sang publicly. And she performed and she became one of the early first female artists on Radio Kashmir. So مےٚ اوس bucket list. مےٚ چھِ واریاہ چیٖز بَنٲومٕتۍ bucket list. By the way, highly encourage کہِ اگر تۄہہِ چھُو نہٕ بَنٲومٕتۍ bucket list, make a bucket list. اگر تۄہہِ چھُو نہٕ بَنٲومٕتۍ goal, make a goal. مےٚ چھِ اکھ عادت بہٕ چھُس daily, weekly, monthly, annual and lifetime goals بَناوان. بہٕ ییٚلہِ صُبحن نیران چھُس نہ بہٕ چھُس تھاوان لیکھِتھ آز دۄہَس کیٛاہ گژھٕ بہٕ accomplish کَرُن. And weekly کیٛاہ گژھٕ بہٕ accomplish کَرُن, monthly and quarterly and annually. So it helps you achieve because you now have like a report card that you give yourself score, you know. So anyway, long story short, مےٚ اوس bucket list کہِ بہٕ بَناو لایفہِ منٛز اکھ فِلم. مےٚ ٲس نہٕ پاے یہِ کیٛاہ فِلم بَناو بہٕ. But 2015 منٛز I came across Raj Begum and that was an inspiration. So we commissioned writers. We researched her entire life from A to Z in very detail. It's a very amazing story. I am really looking forward to the film gets jaldi release. She Amazon's pet. So inshallah, kashir karani pad pasand. But it's it's also بہٕ وَنو تۄہہِ حقیٖقت کہِ I felt bad کہ Bollywood had picked Kashmiris for terrorism, militancy and bad, like أسۍ ٲسِکھ بَنٲمٕتۍ villain unnecessarily when we are really the heroes, right? So I said, you know what, we need to bring human stories. We need to bring inspirational stories, woman empowerment stories. And a lot of people don't know this. Kashmiri women are very strong, intelligent, with a lot of courage, and they achieve a lot more than many other women I have met in other regions of the world. So long story short, that film, which now is owned by Excel Studios, Farhan Akhtar is a producer, co-producer with me on that now. And they then sold it to Amazon Prime. So release gets Amazon. But which was kushish karan ye guys theaters must Kashmir release gasai haftan don haftan. So timuch mit ke vaad kormut ke aise sakaro. So inshallah we'll go together. We'll be on the red carpet. I'm expecting announcement within next 2 weeks. So what show?
Great. Khas case that muzes puchin ya khatre sabr karo ki na ye chu zaruri is puchin.
That is interesting. Akhtuch music. Raj Begum the music chorus recreate. Raj Begum music was so recording was so very low quality recording. So I picked 8 of her best songs that she had done very early on in 1960s, 50s. And Tim Karnai, I say, yet high quality, and one of the best sound mixing engineer, Chubambi Aftab Khan. He did mixing and balancing on those songs. And more importantly, both of the Chaham Binyaman Khan singer is already known. So maker search female singer and khatre Yemen young Raj Begum sit awaz asralan. So I kar no singer discover. Such she will actually debut through this movie. So I think I expose. I'm still but now time fill out secretly. But to which it's like piercing to your heart. So music, Kashmiri music is milyak board bar exposure. Sign is Zabani mili exposure. And more importantly, also Kashmir is ahead of Indians, even Bollywood as much as Mardan Karnama Zanan hund role. Teosnu Zanani one acting karni tiki. And Raj Begum shattered that ceiling and she went all the way to the Padma Shri, which is not an easy thing to achieve. So it's a heart moving movie in the sense that it not only warms up your heart but also inspires you. There are some ups and downs in her life that I have tried to bring up, and Danish Renzu is an amazing director. So Chukoshur I see. Soni Razdan played old Raj Begum. Sabha Azad played younger Raj Begum. Shishir Sharma played her teacher, Master Ji. So why go? I'm seeing a kosher connection. And interestingly, Sabha Azad, who played younger Raj Begum, her grandmother was Kashmiri. And Soni Razdan, who played old Raj Begum, her dad was Kashmiri. Actually is Kashmiri. So I think kosher connection.
Lalit Parimo.
Huh?
Lalit Parimo is Kashmiri.
Lalit Parimo. So but Lalit Parimo was playing the role of Bhajan Sopuri in the movie, and he is a Kashmiri too.
Kashmiri too, yeah. Great. Isha Kashmir point here film?
Achi Kashmir dialogue, Achi Urdu dialogue. Mostly Urdu, Vaira Kashmir. Vaira Kashmir.
So you may have Umar throat pay. It's case karan Urdu ya English. Kar Kashmir point kar.
Exactly.
Case.
But one of the podcast ki Meshu Basan sa Zaban Gassi relic next Panzer variant mas. Yeti boil Kashmir kuin. And Atmairna Hindustan ya Pakistan ya ka ismaroni panai. Case ki ashu gomud you should be perfectly cargo I see. कि ऐसे गोमत के कश्मीर अगर इस बोलो ऐसे शायद backward ऐसे न परमिट लिखमित किया कश्मीर से बोलों तमिस नफरस ये मिस न education चाहिए कि ये परमुत लोग मुझे सु बोले उर्दू या बोल से अंग्रेज़ी बुझुस गसाई दुकानस पर बुझुस करांति मन से कश्मीर तुम शिमला से करां और अंग्रेज़ी या उर्दू پَتہٕ چھُس تِمن دَپان تۄہہِ چھُو نہٕ حظ کٲشُر تَگان دَپان اہن حظ تَگانٕے چھِ تیٚلہِ کٔرِو کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ اَسے یہِ پَنٕنۍ زبان ییٖژاہ میٖٹھ زبان چھِ اینڈ بہٕ آس ریٖسنٛٹلی سٮ۪نٹرل ایشیا پٮ۪ٹھ اکھ ٹور کٔرِتھ 5-6 کنٹریٖزن سٲنۍ روٗٹٕس چھِ آمٕتۍ تَتہِ پٮ۪ٹھ واریاہ رِچ کلچر واریاہ رِچ روٗٹٕس سو ٹیک پرٛایڈ اِن سپیٖکِنٛگ کشمیری بہٕ چھُس سارنٕے کران زارٕ پار مہربٲنی کٔرِتھ یہِ کٲشُر کٔرِو کٲشِر پٔرِو تہٕ کٲشِر روٗزِو یہِ چھِ سمیٖنا میک کشمیری کوٗل اگین سو انشاء اللہ وی ول رِوایو دِس اتھ چھِ وۄنۍ واریاہ پرانگٕس وۄنۍ چھُنہٕ بولنُے یوت کینٛہہ پتہٕ چھُ میوٗزِک تہِ بوزُن پتہٕ چھِ پلو تہِ لاگٕنۍ پتہٕ چھِ کھٮ۪ن چٮ۪ن تہِ تھاوُن سُے ییٚتہِ چھِ وۄنۍ لُکھ دپان نہ حظ بہٕ کھٮ۪مہٕ پاستا تہٕ بہٕ دپان ٹھیٖک چھُ پاستا وانس اے وایل بٹ یوٗ نو ڈونٹ لیٹ گو د روگن جوش اینڈ ہاکھ بِکاز دیٹس اوَر لوکل فوڈ.
پزر یہِ گٔے ییٚتِچ کتھ تُہۍ چھِو یوٗ ایس ایس منٛز تتہِ کیٛاہ اِنِشیٹِو چھِ تُہنٛد کٔشیٖر یۄس ییٚتٮ۪ن تتہِ چھِ واریاہ یکجہت چلان تۄہہِ تتھ مُتعلِق کرو أسۍ کتھ تِکیٛازِ تتہِ چھِ واریاہ تُہنٛدۍ اِنِشیٹِوٕز ییٚتٮ۪ن تۄہہِ سٲری کٲشِر یکجہت چھُو گژھان سمن چھُ یا پتہٕ کٲشِر اِنِشیٹِوٕز کران چھُ پرٛموٹ.
کریکٹ کٔشیٖرِ منٛز امریکاہس منٛز چھِ تۄہہِ چھُو ییٚتہِ اکھ چیٖز کہِ اگر تُہۍ ایوایڈ تہِ کٔرِو توتہِ بوٗزِو کٲشُر کٲنٛسہِ نِش کانٛہہ نتہٕ کانٛہہ چھِ کران کٲشُر شُر سوٗزِن سکوٗل توتہِ کرٮ۪س کانٛہہ نتہٕ کانٛہہ تتہِ کٲشُر. سانہِ امریکاہس منٛز چھِ اَسہِ پرابلِم کہِ سٲنۍ شُرۍ چھِ بِچٲرۍ گژھان ایٚکٕسپوز ٹُو اِنگلِش آنلی تہٕ تِم چھِنہٕ بوزان کٲشُر وٲشُر کینٛہہ سو آنلی پٕلیس دے ول لٔرن کشمیری گرس منٛز. بہٕ تہٕ ماے وایف سمیٖنا أسۍ ٲسۍ لۄکچار پٮ۪ٹھٕ پانہٕ ؤنۍ تہِ کٲشُر کران مطلب فرام د ڈے آی گاٹ میریٖڈ بہٕ تہٕ سمیٖن چھِ ہمیشہِ کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ کتھ کران تہٕ شُرٮ۪ن تھی تہِ ٲسۍ أسۍ کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ کتھ کران تہٕ شُرٮ۪ن سۭتۍ تہِ ٲسۍ أسۍ کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ کتھ کران. تِم ٲسۍ تورٕ تِم گۄڈٕنٮ۪تھ ٲسۍ تِم اصٕل بولان کٲشُر یوٚتتھ تِم سکوٗل گٔے سکوٗل آیہِ تہٕ پتہٕ لوگ تِمو اِنگلِش کرُن تہٕ مگر سمجھان چھِ تِم کٲشُر سورُے بولان تہِ چھِ. سو یہِ ایفٲٹ چھِ تتہِ چھِ واریاہ مُشکِل یہِ وۄنۍ خٲر وۄنۍ اَسہِ چھِ تتہِ لگ بگ 2,500-3,000 کٲشِرۍ اَسہِ چھُ بنومُت تتہِ اکھ گرُپ کشمیٖری گرُپ آف ناردٲرٕن امیرِکنٕز ایز اے میٹر آف فیکٹ سمیٖنا چھِ تتھ آز کل پریزڈنٹ. اَسہِ کوٚر ریٖسنٹلی واریاہ اصٕل گیدرِنٛگ شِکاگوس منٛز لگ بگ ٲسۍ 700-800 نفر آمٕتۍ تتہِ کوٚر اَسہِ کٲشُر روٚف تتہِ کوٚر اَسہِ کٲشِر بٲتھ تتہِ کٔرۍ اَسہِ کٲشِر ڈراما تتہِ کٔرۍ اَسہِ کٲشِر پلون ہُنٛد ڈِسپلے نان پرافِٹن ہُنٛد اینڈ آل کاینڈ آف سٹف ییٚمہِ سۭتۍ سون کلچر سانٮ۪ن شُرٮ۪ن گوٚو پاس. اینڈ ساروی کھۄتہٕ زیادٕ ایٚکسایٹمنٹ ٲس مےٚ یہِ اوس اَسہِ وۄنۍ اَسہِ پوٗنٛژِم کانفرنس کٔرمٕژ ساروی کھۄتہٕ زیادٕ ایٚکسایٹمنٹ ٲس ییٚمہِ ؤری مےٚ اَتھ یہِ کہِ اَسہِ ٲس ہایسٹ یوٗتھ ایٹینڈنس مطلب انڈر 21 ٲسۍ 40%. اینڈ ناٹ اونلی دیٹ ییٚمہِ لٹہِ ٲسۍ یوٗتھٕے چلاوان سورُے دے ور آل د والنٹیٲرٕس ٲسۍ سٲری یوٗتھ رجسٹریشن ٲس تِہنٛزٕے مارکیٹنٛگ ٲس تِہنٛزٕے سکیجولنٛگ ٲس تِہنٛزٕے MC ٲسۍ یوٗتھ. سو شفات اینڈ ادٲرٕس ور سِٹِنٛگ اِن اے کارنر اینڈ اٮ۪نجویِنٛگ اِٹ سو دیٹ گیو می د بِگیسٹ ہیپینس ایور بِکاز یُس سون یہِ کٲشِر شُرۍ ٲسۍ امریکاہس منٛز یِمن اوس نہٕ بِچارٮ۪ن کٲشُر ایٚکسپوجر یِم چھِ وۄنۍ کٲشِر پوٗرٕ یِم اینڈ دے آر لُکِنٛگ فاروٲڈ ٹُو کمِنٛگ ٹُو کشمیٖر ایوری یِیر ناو بِکاز یِمن گٔے مےٚ کلچرل انڈرسٹینڈنٛگ تہِ ہسٹورِکل انڈرسٹینڈنٛگ تہِ لینٛگویج انڈرسٹینڈنٛگ تہِ میوٗزِکل انڈرسٹینڈنٛگ تہِ اینڈ دے ڈاوُن لوڈِنٛگ د سانگٕس آن دِیر پلے لسٹ اینڈ شیرِنٛگ اِٹ وِد دِیر فرٛینڈ. سو یہِ چھِ اکھ یہِ چھُنہٕ مطلب ٹُو پرٛزٲرو د لینٛگویج اِن امیرِکا دِس اِز آلسو ٹُو پرٛزٲرو د لینٛگویج اِن کشمیٖر بِکاز تھروٗ دیم دین دے بِکم د ایمبیسڈٲرٕس آف دیٹ میسیج. کہِ پتہٕ ییٚلہِ تِم یِوان چھِ یور تہٕ یِم چھِ کران کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ مےٚ چھُ یاد میون نیٚچوٗ آو پرُس تٔمِس اوس کران اِیرپوٹس پٮ۪ٹھ اوس تتہِ چھِ اَسہِ ہیلپ کران اکھ نفر نذیٖر تٔمِس ناو سُہ اوس تٔمِس کران اردوٗ پتہٕ ووٚننس تٔمۍ ووٚنُن دوٚپُن ژٕ کر حظ مےٚ سۭتۍ کٲشُر مےٚ چھُے نہٕ تران فِکرِ ژٕ کیٛاہ چھُکھ ونان. سُہ چھُ مےٚ وٕچھان دوٚپُن ہے یہِ حظ چھُ کٲشُر کران سُہ چھُ أمِس ٲس راے یہِ چھُ امریکاہس منٛز یہِ کتہِ کرِ کٲشُر مگر تٔمِس چھُ کٲشُر تہٕ انگریٖزی یوت تگان اردوٗ نہٕ کِہینۍ ہُہ اوس أمِس اردوٗ کران. سو یہِ ییٚلہِ لُکھ چھِنہ پتہٕ ییٚتِکۍ شُرۍ وٕچھان یہِ دین دے انڈرسٹینڈ کہِ کشمیٖری از ناٹ ایکچُلی بیڈ if foreign kids are speaking کشمیٖری أسۍ تہِ ہٮ۪کو بوٗلِتھ ہوپفُلی.
مےٚ چھُ باسان بیٚیہِ چھُنہٕ وٕنکیٚنس یہِ پرموشنل فیزس منٛز کینٛہہ یہِ چھُ پرزرویشن فیزس منٛز یہِ چھُ گۄڈٕ بچاوُن تیٚلہِ ہٮ۪کو أسۍ یہِ پرموٹ کٔرِتھ. أسۍ چھِ میجرلی ونان کہِ یہِ ہسا کرہون پرموٹ گۄڈٕ کرہون یہِ پرٛزٲرٕو.
یس پرموٹ گوٚو پتہٕ یوٗ رایٹ پرٛزٲرٕو چھِ پرٛابلِم. بہٕ چھُس وٕچھان مےٚ لوگ ٹی وی گرِ یہِ نا کیبٕل تتھ چھِ مےٚ باسان چنل 500-600 چنلہٕ چھِ 500-600 چنلن منٛز چھِ اکھ چینل ییٚتہِ کٲشُر مےٚ وٕچھ وۄنۍ کَپٲرۍ ہیٚچھِ ییٚتیُک شُر کٲشُر رایٹ اگر سُہ ٹی وی وٕچھِ تَتہِ چھُ سورُے ہِندی اُردو تہٕ اِنٛگلِشَس منٛز سو پَتہٕ گوس ییٚتہِ اگر تُہۍ گٔژھِو دُکانَس پٮ۪ٹھ رٮ۪سٹورنٛٹَس پٮ۪ٹھ کُنہِ تہِ جایہِ کَنسِسٹَنٛٹلی چھُنہٕ کٕہٕنۍ کٲشُر بولان یِمَن چھُ باسان کَسٹمَرَس سۭتۍ کٲشُر بولُن گژھِ أمِس ما گژھِ ہَتَکھ سو سُہ چھُ اَسہِ اٮ۪نوارمٮ۪نٛٹ چینٛج کَرُن ایز اے میٹر آف فیکٹ اَسہِ ووت یوٗتاہ کال کَتھ کَران اَسہِ چھِ أتھۍ پٮ۪ٹھ کٲشِر پٲٹھی کَتھ کَران مےٚ چھُ پوٗرٕ یقیٖن واریاہ لُکھ گٔے آیسولیٹ مگر أسۍ کَرون چیٹ جی پی ٹی یوٗز أسۍ کَرناوون اَتھ ٹرٛانسلیشَن تہٕ اِنٛگلِشَس پٲٹھۍ کھالو سَب ٹایٹٕلز تہٕ آیہِ برابری
تُہۍ چھِو وٕنکٮ۪نَس زیادٕ کَنٹرٛیٖز ٹرٛیوٕل کَران 100 مُلک چھُ تۄہہِ گژھُن وِزِٹ کَرُن کیٛاہ چھُ تَمیُک ایجنٛڈا کیٛازِ
100 country before I die چھِ بیٛاکھ مےٚ bucket list item. I just did 67th country. I came from Azerbaijan and I have 6 more lined up for this year. So I will be at 73 by the end of this year. Umar, I think بہٕ اوسُس کٔشیٖرِ منٛز زامُت سُہ تہِ أکِس ordinary family in a lower middle class environment. مےٚ دیُت خۄدایَن واریاہ پونٛسہٕ تہِ تہٕ نالیج تہِ تہٕ سَکسٮ۪س تہِ تہٕ أتھۍ دوران گٔے ٹٮ۪کنالجی تہِ چینٛج ٹرٛیوٕل تہِ بَنیو آسان سو ییٚلہِ مےٚ یہِ وُچھ مےٚ دوٚپ بہٕ آسہٕ تیٚلہِ بیوقوٗف اگر بہٕ أکۍسٕے جایہِ بیٚہمہٕ یہِ دیُت مےٚ خۄدایَن اَکھ آپَرچُنِٹی وۄتھ ژٕ بایا وٕچھ سا ژٕ دُنیا کیٛاہ چھُ مےٚ بَنومُت سو مےٚ دوٚپ 100 مُلک چھِ ٹھیٖک 100 مُلک لَگہِ ٹایم اینڈ لَگان تہِ چھُ ٹایم ایسپیشلی وۄنۍ گژھُن چھُ مُشکِل بٹ ییٚمہِ دۄہ مےٚ اَمریٖکَن پاسپوٹ مِلیو مےٚ ووٚن تَتہِ أکۍ نفرَن دوٚپُن ہے ژےٚ چھے پَے 121 کَنٹرٛیٖزَن چھُنہٕ ژےٚ ویٖزٕے ضوٚرَتھ ایز این امیرِکَن سِٹِزَن ژٕ ہسا ہٮ۪کَکھ ؤتھِتھ جہازَس کھٔسِتھ وٲتِتھ تِم چھِنہٕ ویٖزا آن ایرایوَل دِوان ایز این امیرِکَن سِٹِزَن مےٚ دوٚپ ہے یہِ چھِ آپَرچُنِٹی مےٚ خٲطرٕ اگر مےٚ ییٖتٮ۪ن کَنٹرٛیٖزَن چھُنہٕ ویٖزٕے ضوٚرَتھ 121 مطلب 100 تہٕ گژھٕ بہٕ سو 700 چھُس بہٕ گوٚمُت آلدو کینٛژَن کَنٹرٛیٖیَن یِمَن ویٖزا اوس ضوٚرَتھ تَمہِ منٛز ٲس تِم تہِ بٹ اِٹ فورسِز می ٹُو لٔرن اباوُٹ ویریَس کَلچَرس اَراوُنٛڈ دَ وٲلڈ یُس اَسہِ چھُنہ باسان کٲشرٮ۪ن یا اِوٕن امیرِکَنَن کہِ دُنیا چھِ یی یہِ اَسہِ چھِ باسان ٹھیٖک تہٕ غلط تی چھِ ٹھیٖک تہٕ غلط تہِ چھُنہٕ پوٚز کینٛہہ یَتھ مُلکَس منٛز کانٛہہ چیٖز ماننہٕ یِوان چھِ پرٛایڈ بیٚکِس مُلکَس منٛز چھُ یِوان ماننہٕ سُہ غلط یا یَتھ مُلکَس منٛز کانٛہہ چیٖز چھُ ٹیبوٗ بیٚکِس مُلکَس منٛز چھُ بیٚکِس جایہِ چھُ سُہ چیرِش کَران تِم سو مےٚ کوٚر کَنکٕلوٗڈ کہِ نارمَل ایب نارمَل گُڈ بیڈ پرٛیٹی اگلی یوٗ نو آل آف دیٖز وٲڈٕس آر ریلیٹِو ٹُو ویر یوٗ آر بورن who raised you, what environment you were raised, often what religion was dominant where you were, what was your parents' religion, and then the race of the people that you grew up around, they determine and they shape your thinking about what's right and what's wrong, even what's tasty and what's not tasty. Even what's edible and what's not edible, everything is all relative. So بہٕ چھُس literally دۄہَے نوٚو زٮ۪وان ییٚلہِ بہٕ مُلکَن منٛز گژھان چھُس اَتہِ چھُس بہٕ وٕچھان تِہُنٛد فُڈ اَسہِ چھُ باسان بَتہٕ تہٕ سیُن چھُ بیٚسٹ سیُن چھُنہ مطلب اَسہِ اگر زوٗنہِ پٮ۪ٹھ تہِ گژھو أسۍ ژھانڈو ییٚتٮ۪ن نَدُر ما بَنہِ کُنہِ جایہِ گاڈٕ ما بَنَن ہاکھ ما بَنہِ بِکاز دیٹٕس ہاو وی آر پرٛوگرامڈ اگر أسی آسو زامٕتۍ چیٖنَس منٛز أسۍ آسو ژھانڈان نوٗڈٕلٕز یا کنٛگ پاو چِکَن یا یوٗ نو چِکَن فرٛایڈ رایِس یُس نہ تِمَن سو اِٹلی منٛز چھِ پاستا سو اِٹٕس آل ریلیٹِو ٹُو ویر یوٗ آر بورن سو مےٚ چھِ واریاہ لُکھ نہ وَنان ہے بہٕ چھُس مُسلمان یا بہٕ چھُس ہُہ بہٕ چھُس دَپان ژٕ نہ چھُکھ نہٕ مُسلمان ژٕ چھُکھ زامُت مُسلمان گَرَس منٛز ژٕ ووتُتھ اَکہِ دۄہ دوٚپُتھ ژےٚ وۄنۍ بَنہٕ بہٕ مُسلمان مےٚ دوٚپُس remember that there are a lot of things we inherit and very few things we choose. So don't claim success just because you inherit something. Claim success only when you choose to do something that you otherwise didn't inherit. I'll give you an example. me as a human being, I inherited a certain cultural idiosyncrasies of what type of food I can eat and what type of food I can cook or what type of music I like, all of that. So, but I realized कि क्या कि बस आज कश्मीर मज़. So I मुझे में ये naturally because I grew up against it, but I made an effort. Okay, I'm going to try to listen to other kind of music. I'm going to try other kind of food. So overall, thome dunyos mein har kuni kusmuk food. And today, you give me Italian, you give me Chinese, you give me Turkish food, or you give me Central Asian food. Tachi gurmaz khema as an example. Africa's most crocodile meat, all kinds of things that otherwise I would have never dreamt of tasting. So those are the things you need to go try, because there's millions of people doing it. It's not like they are delusional. So there must be something good in it. So you just have to be willing and open-minded to see that. And then the side effect of this travel is also the fact that you become tolerant.
Yeah.
You now start realizing that who am I to judge these people, because I'm so much isolated in my own nest. So that's, I can tell you, because I can't wait for me to finish 100 countries. But I'll tell you something that I haven't told anybody. I'm going to publicly say it for the first time. Somebody recently asked me, he said, what is your 100th country going to be? And I told him that I feel extremely confident that my 100th country is going to be Palestine. Inshallah, so Azad Gamstotai, will make that the 100th country. The peace, world is going through turmoil, especially in that part of the world. So, which was Khodais Mangan ki Taitan peace, the medita pleasure ki banao so pani 100th country as an independent country.
कैसा फील हो रहा है अभी एक मिलियनियर होना?
I don't really look at myself as a rich man or a millionaire. I am very humble, and my needs are humble. I don't think money is what brings happiness. People should not chase money ever. People should chase passion. Look and paise dil lagait painis passions but kam karein. Pons kari pat tohi chase ulte, which is exactly what happened with me. My wife will tell you, and you interviewed her and you talk to her. She tells this to all the people. Ki Shafat Qazi pai temsis panin paycheck kya us temis. Now so sanan ki as cha pons me us kya thank the hun me temsi me asha pons ko ye property hai ko. So the whole point I'm making is ki if people that are too money oriented in life become materialistic. Once you become materialistic, then your values change. Then your compromises change. Then your principles are questionable.
Right.
So never care about money. Of course, I have made enough money. My next few generations would be living a better life. But despite that, my son, my daughter are living on their own paycheck. I don't help them. I don't provide them a car. I don't provide them a servant or a chauffeur or anything like that, or any even clothes or even their car insurance or anything. Everything they have to struggle. And my son has driven Uber, and to make between his jobs, he lost job. He had to find another job. Meanwhile, it was Uber chalav. Absolutely. This is what you want to do. You want people to feel that they earned it.
Yeah.
You see, silver platters tim shurchi usually gasan tarbadari. They get into drugs, they get depressed, they take antidepressants. So my advice to parents also would be, if you have money, don't give it to your kids. Leave it for them for emergencies, but make them work hard in their own life and earn their own money. Tat much relevance pasan, success pasan.
Hazard. Winkenas kya feeling? Yel to yaad ju pevan tim $7.
$7. No, I think I think I told you this. I have $700 in my wallet.
Is it?
Yes.
Winkenes.
Yes, I carry them in my wallet. And I always...
Winkenes was it?
Winkenes. So I always... Not a yacht wallet, but $1 rupee. So, it's my American wallet. That's $7 heightin sat. Which was one animal, which is Nishani ki agar book वापस ते कशीर यम साथ बतो बे नुकसान गोन के पार्टी साथ था इन वापस. The whole point is that it's a constant reminder for people to say, hey, look, you don't get from point A to point Z easily. You have to work hard, but never ever underestimate the power of passion. Because I was passionate about what I was going to do and achieve, it didn't really matter, all these objections. Negativity, by the way, one of the actions which was the Kashmiri Mazada, which was question, Hamish wana, please don't discourage people. Agar toi wushute mis much ideas much galti. Try to find the strengths and encourage people. Ish American in shi wire. Tim chi wire encourage karan. Bokorhos wire encourage. It was their encouragement and support कि वो तो सिर्फ वो तो ये जो थोड़ा सा मैं उसमें ये जो pessimist ज़्यादा है अमेरिका में उसमें optimist ज़्यादा है. So be optimist, and anytime you see somebody trying something, give him a pat on the shoulder, say this is good है आपकी कर सकते हैं अगर ज़रूरत है वो बकारे मदद. So that is what people need, and they may still fail, but they'll remember that you try to
help them in a way,
encourage them.
Smart work तो hard work में उसका फर्क है.
ज़मीन आसमान. Hard work should be बेवकूफ करा. Smart work should intelligent people करा. Smart people that work smarter, not harder, are the ones that actually achieve success. So we don't need hardworking people, especially with technology now. We need smart people that can actually take advantage of technology to achieve the things. But overall, both are equally good. It's just a matter of know-how. And our job is to task which is a repetitive, mundane, and it can be automated, it can be made easier. Our job should be to educate them and say, this is how it should be done.
मैं पे याद recently उस एक वीडियो वायरल कश्मीर में कि एक PhD करे तो उस एक नफर सुवन सो उसके हम कनन कुछ रेड्स पे उसके हम काम करने थे शायद ड्राई फ्रूट्स कनन सारी दपन ये ऐसा चीज प्रॉब्लम ये चन ये मौका चन हो चन ये चन मैं पासन अगर मैं प्रेसन सी आई कैन बी रॉन्ग बट मैं पासन ये स्तांस ही गलती तो क्या जल्दी मिस PhD करे ते पान पान तक पकनावन. How do you see it?
I think first of all Kashmiris need to get out of government jobs. Their entire life ambition seems to be to work for the government of Jammu and Kashmir, which is a horrible employer, by the way. Not only is Jammu and Kashmir government a horrible employer, it kills your ambition, it kills your life. You become a servant, and then you retire, and you're living off of the retirement. And one chun suiti diwan ki suiti kurukman khatam. With world as a platform and your ability to earn through YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Fiverr, Elance, and many, many other platforms, your ability to create an audience for your product and services worldwide, and your ability to start a home business at a very low upfront cost, whether you are an accountant, whether you are an artist, whether you are a musician, whether you are a video editor, whether you are an audio editor, you dunya chu tai khatr khudayam thomut mein bitkai. Tu me wuchu Kashmir as a customer. Tu wuchu dunya as a customer. And if we change that thinking, I'm telling you, Kashmir damag dias IQ chai sani asal, we will become one of the most successful, rich and prosperous society in the world. Agar I see bemari guys khatam kos government job ach. So is trao ka is karo private entrepreneurism promote yeti and audience thamun dunya. Az chi Indian software company gasan IPO Nasdaq aspect. Tim kit kan wait to. Tim wait Pune pattern, tim wait Bangalore pattern, tim wait garage o maz and yat kya shona palak to bedroom o maz banai timo company. یہِ أسۍ تہِ ہٮ۪کو بَنٲیِتھ ییٚتہِ اَسہِ تہِ چھِ ٹھیٖک اِنٹرنیٹ پاوَر کَرو مینیج ہورٕ یورٕ بیٹری کیسہٕ اینڈ وی کین رن بِزنِسز اِف یوٗ آر اَ میوٗزِشَن اِف یوٗ نو ہاو ٹُو ڈوٗ audio editing in Logic Pro or any other tool that you may have, Adobe Premiere, doesn't really matter. Go on Fiverr, make a profile of yourself, get paid in dollars, which is way better than you would get paid in rupees. But more importantly, dunya bane cha customer. YouTube पर च आजकल लोग खाला पने songs, artists, and they make money in lakhs, sometimes even crores. So ओस न सानी वक्त सो opportunity. So agar chon ye interview it's a khalak, and if YouTube plays ads while this interview is playing, you make money. YouTube makes money. And the company that ran the ad is happy because they get customers. So it's a win-win-win situation. So ash karai mehnat ye koshish karnas ki never generation karo na siman karo is thinking change. To when you private entrepreneurs, private businesses, private self-employments, taki we're not working for 8 to 5 jobs. And that is something that I told my son when he was graduating. I told him, don't make a resume. Because resume is for losers that want to work for somebody and make somebody else rich. Means be the leader and the entrepreneur. Think outside of the box. Solve problems through your ideas and earn that way. And he, mashallah, is now a big influencer on Twitter, and he's, very well known in US on his expertise on EVs and autonomous driving. But that wouldn't have happened if he would have taken a government job. Mokli hoteli. But before you know, insan chasam budiomut.
टेस्ला के बारे में बात करते हैं. ऐसे वन स्टार्ट पे है कि AI यूज़ छू ये कर वारे चीज़ चेंज. ऐसे करने बसन सोन कद बात ही गए थे पर शुरू कि AI कर सोरी क्या चेंज. तो क्या छू बासन यूज़ टेस्ला छू या ये विंकनस गाड़ी छू वन चाहे यम सोन ग्रीन नंबर प्लेट यानी इस वनो EVs यम विंकनस आई प्लस AI vehicles यम चाहे टेस्ला छ. AI चा फ्यूचर किन कारण मस किन तो क्या छू बासन.
Actually, AI
India's منٛز تِکیازِ یہِ چھُ واریاہ فرق یۄس ژٕ تَتہِ کٔرِو کَتھ مے بی سُہ آسہِ نہٕ سانہِ خٲطرٕ ییٚتہِ ریلِوینٹ کینٛہہ.
نہ یہِ چھُ دُنیا گوٚو لۄکُٹ تَتہِ گژھِ تی گژھِ ییٚتہِ مے بی 10 ؤری ما لَگنَس
البتہ بہٕ چھُس وَنان وٕنکیٚنَس تۄہہِ کیاہ چھُو باسان.
First of all,
ڈاوُن منٛز پَکہِ
بہتریٖن پٲٹھۍ پَکہِ. بہٕ وَنَے ژےٚ first of all کہِ let's go to battery based cars. Yath winkes one electrical vehicles to EVs. So ye wave chu dunyas winkes. Bogos Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, China, Dubai, Oman, Muscat. Yot bogos. One thing I saw common is that electrical vehicles were selling like hotcakes. And yim Uber and Lyft and other Halos and all of that. Yim sari EV chalawa kyaz ki yim profit bana zyada. So our transformation from yatbu vananchos ICE stands for internal combustion engine. Internal combustion engine ICE cars to battery based cars, that transit is inevitable at this point. It's like I say on train timus pakan coilas pet. Az Americas mus 100% train pakan bijli pet. Titha kani as car pakan gasoline pet, one pakan 100% car battery pet. Already winkes number one best selling car when dunyas was electric car, Model Y Tesla. It supersedes Toyota Camry, Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic. Even the popular cars do this. So let's understand that this problem has been resolved. We have switched to electrical vehicles. Now, the difference between Tesla and most other cars is most other car companies simply took the engine out and they put the batteries instead of the engine. Tesla made a computer and put wheels on it. So they did a reverse. Timo bano god technology, pad bano wheels. So why that is important is because that gave them an edge to create a self-driving car.
Yeah.
And that's why Tesla will lead the world in the sense of autonomous driving. Because tihun purely vision based. Timo kor khodai si pattern at the end of the day borrows. Timo kata khodai nagre zi oshchi dismuts. Ashami se nana kus cheez kuta dosh chit nazdik chit board chit kya che. Is karo LiDAR and all that use, timo kar camera use. They use vision-based system. And that's you for it can work anywhere. Actually mapping zorat kiya sankar strategy. So long story short, Umar, to your question, it's AI and electrical vehicles are kind of one and the same thing. So your car, your airplane, your bus, your train will all be equipped with smarter technologies, and the next generation technology is going to be AI. iPhone shurache. Imo bor atmos artificial intelligence, ChatGPT kind of technology, which will read my emails and this, all kind of things that would make my life easier and better.
When you brought your first Tesla? Gonish Tesla garane hote?
Zasas Bahasmas. Yeah. I was among the first investors in Tesla, as well as among the first buyers. Also, Gonik and Hatan buyer was Tesla.
Investors as well.
Since 2012.
Is it?
Yes. So I believed in Elon Musk and PayPal Tamrod Banomut. So because of that, I invested and I ordered Tesla. Sudotu yudo az gave me bahanwari and should me petrol burmut kairemas. The Patim very game on Chustum good chalavanti. So Bas Mabasa Wahid Kashurak ye technology not only panas experience kar, but Manya Zanani, Manya Shureo, Manya Maja. Although Timus going to check the it was very dangerous initially, but my as Shwari advanced gamus, so now they're Ponchitim the Mas Kashupan Chalavan, Ithavan autopilot, but they want to be any driving one Basam Bakwas, which is true because the self-driving is way more better and safer.
Zindagi mas ak asal partner asun kuda important. Because Samina Baji chak example ak.
Samina is more than a partner in my life, obviously, because we got engaged so Shuravarish. And we have been together ever since. So it's been more than 30 some years. But I think I always tell people, I said, the biggest mistake people make in marriage is they try to prove themselves to the partner. And they have an ego. Me osno ego panas personally zahin. Agar aise kya argument gase, I would be the first one to apologize. Bosus ganati maafi manga pane. Me os zyada kho zyada ghantas roza sharat. Me os thumut akh rule tatas vanas 4-hour rule. Bos thumut 4 ghantas zyada gasna zahin insan naraz asun kais. So, and Samina was also very open-minded and willing to try new things, change her methods and improve. And more importantly, show her support. Ye basata मैं BQE Software company कर शुरू, मैं उस engineering company में throw सो नौकरी, मैं तो Samina में बतराव सो नौकरी. And then I'm going to start another company because garages में जाकर software. I said no makan है तो मत Umar उसमें उस लड़के जामो सो आई के रातों Samina उस job इतना मत क्या इसके दमा बज रोज नेचर सिटी इशू वायरल लाकुट I don't want to go work. इसमें वुचान दबान शी ऐसे अंदर ऐसे ये सोचा इस पागल गुमुत because मैं ना job तो या पर्च मकानस payment करें mortgage करमुत या पर्च आत क्या शोनान अम तित्र पानी job अम सुल्तान खाती इन्हीं की but despite all of that, they did my support. and it was really that where we encouraged each idea. Samina herself is a leader. So KGNS, when was president, she ran a very successful gathering recently. But I think it's really that imuthayu, nashmuthayu, ego muthayu. Be agar chain galti chatin. All you have to say, hey, it doesn't really matter. Main galti check. But I just want to let you know that I'm sorry. Ki main wani se kya cheez, you me pas hanawani. Just saying that can melt other person's heart. And I'm just lucky to say that it was because of her that I was able to build the company that I built, leave alone the fact that she has burned midnight oil with me. She has cooked for multiple people in the house. I says development meeting chala se saji employee asan ko sagari. And yes, bichar timo dono se pਹੁंचते आज चाहे help वारिया yes पाने रहना job पे तो सिवाय मुझे literally ऐसा purse में एक fix ही पड़ती या पर ऐसे लगान चाय बनाने या खतरे and all of that stuff. So it is I was lucky that way. Not the other way around. I mean, I was more luckier than she is. I found her as a partner. But I tell people that the biggest decision you'll make in your life is picking your life partner. It's a bigger decision than anything else. Bigger decision than the profession you choose, because you can change the profession. Bugo civil engineer bachelor's. And I ended up in technology, computer sciences. So I know a lot of people that were mechanical engineers, like Satya was a electrical engineer, so you shouldn't import sushan bad galti ke magar your life partner galat can destroy your life, so make sure you do that. And more importantly, when you pick your life partner, don't look at that life partner for romance. Look for that life partner for being the father of your kids or the mother of your kids. And if you see that in that person, you saw your partner.
Yeah, exactly. So what makes you happy in life?
I'm sometimes my wife complains that I'm too optimistic and too happy all the time. So everything makes me happy, but nothing gives me more joy than seeing a fellow Kashmiri thriving somewhere and doing well. Because I have a big weakness for Kashmir and Kashmiris, as you know. That always gives me the biggest joy. But I think these days what makes me happy also is when I mentor someone and help someone, whether it's a company or individual, and I see them doing well. And you're a good example of that. You and me met 5-6 years ago. Mashallah, you're doing very well. You were a radio jockey at that time. Now you are an independent businessman. It gives me joy. It gives me happiness to see people like you who are successful. They have their own channel, video podcast. From the time we started with audio podcast, little things like that. I think giving is more satisfying than taking in life, and that's so true.
Yeah. So how is your mental health currently?
Mental health.
Yeah.
Shukr Khuda isko, everything is good. I mean, I keep my brain very busy. I still work on very complex problems, very needed for staying sane. But Shukr Khuda isko, I'm in a great mood all the time. I still walk 3-4 miles every day, and I eat well. I'm not on any treatment. I don't have any diseases. Shukr Khuda isko. And more importantly, the entire family is even my mom is sane. She's also doing well, and my mother-in-law, father-in-law are in good shape. So Shukr Khuda isko. I mean, I think the key isn't about you can't really fight illnesses if it happens, but the key is to live your life to your fullest. Up till the day you can.
Right.
Because you don't want to be a vegetable. You want to be living that life all the way to the end. So, I mean, I give you a simple example. I had a back injury a few days ago in Kashmir, and instead of lying down on the bed, which would have been the right thing in most cases, I was all over. I went to Usmarg, I went to Pahalgam, medication pakan hui to, because you don't want to waste this precious time when you are here or anywhere else. So that's what I always encourage people. I say, live your life to the last day, to the fullest, and do things that you want to do them today. You want to go hiking, go.
Yeah.
Don't make excuses.
Pazar. In case of anxiety or depression, case kun vis ka in pressure or your ka zyada pressure even, how do you overcome?
Every person has a different way of overcoming anxiety, depression, and other things. For me, I trained myself to be extremely calm. I'm a very pragmatic person. I always have a plan A, plan B, plan C. But the things that calm me down is exercise. I always felt good after exercising, and I used to go for jogs every day, and then usually do the weights and do swimming, whatever it takes. The adrenals that flow after an exercise actually help you mentally. They're like antidepressants.
Yeah.
So that is something that I always did on a daily basis, and I continue doing that. And then music is my other soul mate, in the sense that it makes me feel better. So every day I would, and I still do, I listen to at least 1 hour of music, if not more. And last but not the least is reading. I have a principle that I read 5,000 words a day minimum.
Great.
And so whether you're reading a book or you're reading a newspaper, doesn't really matter. Try to read at least 5,000 words.
Great.
These 3 things combined with surrounding yourself with people that are positive. If you have a person that brings you down, is negative, I recommend you move on away from that person, because that person is going to cause you more stress than you will cause yourself. And more importantly, somebody taught me this. He said, make a list of 10 things that make you happy. Let's say you like shopping, and shopping makes you happy. You like, music, or you like, horse riding, whatever it is. So whenever you feel that anxiety, depression, pull that list out and say, let me see what of these 10 things I can do. Even like sometimes one of the guy had written, having phone call with my cousin, it makes me happy. I like talking to her. So fine, make a phone call to your cousin when you are feeling that depressed or whatever, because that makes you happy.
Yeah.
So know the things that make you happy. Be very clear about it, and then do more often those things.
Pazar. एक पॉजिटिव सर्कल होना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है?
Extremely important. Toxic people are like cancer to your soul, and they will kill you internally and externally, and your chances of success are going to be significantly degraded if you're surrounded by people that are toxic or too pessimistic or too critical. Instead of encouraging, they discourage you. So, and by the way, so that you know, it doesn't really matter who they are. It could be your family member. So the trick is, some you inherit, some you choose.
Yeah.
The ones you choose, you can easily get rid of them. But the ones you inherit, you can't get rid of them, but you can definitely detach yourself from them. So move away from those people and go seek out people that inspire you, that make you feel better about yourself, and give you encouragement that you need at any stage of the life. Doesn't matter what age you are. We always need encouragement. We always need somebody who tells us, yeah, I like your idea, and it's great. This, keep me posted, or let me connect you with this person, he can help you. So suddenly ball starts rolling for you, and those are the people you want to be around.
So ٲخرس پٮ۪ٹھ نیران یِم سٲنۍ جوان چھِ, ینگ سٹارٹ اپ چھِ, یا یِمن نِش آیڈیاز چھِ, تُہۍ کیٛاہ چھِو تِہنٛدِ خٲطرٕ وَنُن, کیٛاہ چھِ تُہُنٛد میسیج دِنۍ؟
I think I said it during the process too, is artificial intelligence, self-driving for a younger generation, and then of course your own culture and language. So change the thinking. Go focus on things that kids that are not born yet will be utilizing. So focus on that. And second, for every Kashmiri, any age, please take pride in Kashmiri language and culture. From our Dastarkhan to our Vanwun to our Samawar to our Kangar to Nadur Tahak and Garde and whatever else we do.
Yeah.
Don't try to cover it or feel embarrassed about it. As a matter of fact, neighbor pet kanti, them showcase your culture to them.
Yeah.
The pan when you kashir pitan, kashir karyu, kashir paryu, kashir ruizu. And last but not the least, encourage each other.
Yeah.
And donate some money towards good causes, because Kashmir needs a lot of help in terms of non-profit activities, especially in the field of medical. There are a lot of people that are dying because they cannot get an operation done.
Yeah.
So give some away to the needy.
Needy, exactly. Seta shukriya pan qimti waqt din khatra.
Thank you, Umar.
Maz loga.
I always enjoy talking to you.
Yeah,
Man. It's been my pleasure. I've seen you do this with others too, but my hope was that through you and through this platform, hopefully we can inspire more people.
Inshallah, hopefully. Seta shukriya sir pan qimti waqt din khatra. Wami achi beiwar kar hilte you Kashmir. Tamiz karo ka. Tamiz is based songs of Paradise gets released. Tamiz bhi hum bey kursi pe.
Tam satış red carpet पर गासो जरूरी है.
तो ये दिन तो भी हम बे करो तब तक के डिटेल का.
Seta shukriya actors थे.
जरूर. बार का seta shukriya sir. pan qimti waqt din khatra.
Thank you.
तो ये एक podcast के सबनियत यानी ये कुर्सी ये दिन वंकनस शफात सब बिहित छ तो ये है नेक्स्ट वन गेस्ट बनित तो करियो अस मेल dimashq@gmail.com पर या सोशल मीडिया पर समकन ते RJ Umar Nisar नाव से समको दे साथ वायर बियर सवाल